Qu'est-ce qu'il y a pas là? Okay. We have 24 adding up to a 6. I know it's rotten or rolling to rolls, Roland, a name. Roven and white sun, which seems like, okay, white sun, the sun is white, yes, sun, white sun. Free. Two in reverse. Gateway, doorway, portal. 11. Something is completely closed for you. So your direction is very clear. Your path is right in front of you. The doorway is right in front of you. You gotta go for it. Finger in reverse. It's the opposite direction of what you were hoping, dreaming, wishing for. Something is denied to you. If you can get past that, and you're being led on your path. I feel you're ready. I feel you going for it. Finger in reverse. Warning you of a problem either now or in the future. In the past, basically. Ground is telling you ground, right? As in what your foundations are, what your roots are. May have to do with white sin, bloodline, genealogy. (24/6) June, I believe. Okay. Cancer, Leo. You have up until Leo season next year, mid-year. Okay, March. Your next cycle is gonna officially take off. And you will have the whole pregnancy, phase of it. Gestation. For 9 months. And that will be from March. From Easter to Christmas, basically. For you to turn your life around. 360. Set down new foundations. Transformative. Very powerful. The apex will be in July. Where you can channel and master all of your energy. Into this. So, get ready. Prepare. Remove the unnecessary. Redefine necessities and priorities and prepare, okay? White sun. 3, 2. That's a 5. 5-pointed star. Lucifer, Venus. Feminine. Is it the positive aspect or the negative one? The 5 points to touch the sun. Trajectory. I apologize, just a moment. So, in the course of the sun, the 5 points of Venus. Hence why you will always see the ancient worship of Venus, which was whether Ishtar, whatever, was 5. At different stages on its Venus course, it will be 7 or 8 pointed star. But curiously enough, it's never 6. So hence why I say by the end of June, as you enter the 7th month, the calendaristic year, do not count on astrology, because at this stage, the signs in the skies are hidden. The very spirits or stars, if you want, or luminaries, are hiding their trajectory from those below. It doesn't mean they're not going to influence based on the trajectory. But since everybody's thinking that they found a way to manifest below by understanding the movements of the hosts of heavens, they're wrong. The trajectories are all out of place. The seasons are all out of place. Nothing fits anymore, so forget astrology. Divination is forbidden, faith is advised. As in for you to seek for divination. But if you're going to, you need to be guided towards an actual seer. And for that you need to be ready. You need to be a genuine truth seeker. The truth that you inquire about must have nothing to do with you specifically. Anyway, that's for the truth seeker. It's for someone out there who's actually genuinely ready or feels ready, and they want to know the nature of reality beyond words per se. When they feel they can take it in, they have the vessel to. Now, down here, everything will have its polar opposite. So duality. If you have one Christ consciousness or one Yeshua, you will have its opposite, which is genuinely, archetypal, kind of an androgyne son of the kings and emperors with no kingdoms, basically, right? The modern kings. Those in power, so to speak, of the 10, well, it's 12, 13, but that's a different matter. Main bloodlines, right? And again, those can be divided into what? 5 and 5, and that's the corrupt seed. Yeshua, for example, therefore, would have a Luciferian archetypal energy. Hence, the counterfeit Yeshua will be either androgyne or feminized in some form, because it's moon worship or ancient goddess worship and so on. So, false counsel or spirituality that leads to descent or fall rather than rise. So the safest way to go is from the heart, in faith, and focus on your genuine priorities. Allow yourself to be guided from within. But if you're seeking for shortcuts, tools, or anything that comes from a need, fear, any kind of fear, it doesn't mean you're not justified to pursue anything. I'm just saying that is gonna be corrupt. For one way or another, you're gonna either be given or offered, or attracted or distracted, or lured if you want to, or enchanted or mesmerized and so on, in one direction or another. If you really want to be in your power, you have to relinquish all love for the worldly or anything associated with world, success, power, whatever, love, beauty, and go back to spiritual serenity, genuine health, your own principles, what you believe in, the purpose of creation, as in getting over whichever self may arise, etc. So, rationale and logic is not going to help you. All the sciences in the world are not going to help you. There's only one thing that can help. Blaming yourself because you may be dragged at the other up and for your misery or anyone else's or the state of the world. Blaming this or that external, again, doesn't work. Redemption works. Repentance. Seeking for redemption. Sorry. Okay, let's go. I don't like that high priestess there. Speaking of, right, Piscean. Easter season going into the solar culmination. Oh, it's gonna be quite a hot summer. Something comes in between you and what you need to do next. Dishonesty, cruelty, a clash with authority, disrespect towards authority or distrust overall, a revelation of corruption, usury, tyranny, false allegiances, false loyalty, and so on, whether within you or someone else. The 9 of Wands, victimhood, exhaustion, fighting and pushing or investing energy towards the wrong kind of passions or desires. Transformation, acceptance of ending and the inevitable, releasing therefore personal power. Reluctancy though to do so, rather than, accepting divine will and seeing the purpose in why you had to go through what you had to go through. If you're still upset at Father, remember, we are in this situation because we have free choice. Violence, aggression, upheaval, weakness, inability to accept something for what it is, unwillingness rather. Yeah, truth is a lie and stands on its own. If it didn't, it means it wasn't true. So it's the same for you. If a self that you envisioned and you thought yourself to be or you work towards, a perception of the world or someone else or a relationship or a dream or the world itself was corrupt, then hence it had to go. No need to fight against it. The 10 of Wands. You can only go so far. And the 7 of Swords. Again, deception. You were seeking for shortcuts. Hey, everybody was. I'm here to tell you there are none. If you think there are, listen, they are not our rulers. They are not us. They are the corrupt bloodlines. It narrows down, I guess, to the same parable of the 2 brothers, if you want, or duality, or they worship the goddess, but ultimately they're trying to achieve, well, they're defying the Most High, hence why they keep building up, right, in all the senses. And it's just gonna be brought back down. It's that simple. Now they're arguing amidst one another once again. We cannot interfere, but there are spirits behind the rulers that we have, and they represent our current spiritual degrees. The same tools that they use in knowledge and wisdom for their gain and purpose. They see us as cattle. They hate humanity. Yet they still have to serve us. We have dominion. Pardon. I do apologize. There's nothing I can do. It's a final attempt before the year ends or whatever may happen to me. It's in God's hands. But we do what we can do. And since I'm struggling so much, there's the risk of me actually needing help. And that may lead to me delivering you corrupt messages. Six of Swords. Clear revelation of you needing to keep on going and moving. Oh, this brings me back to the association in between air and water. Mermaids, sirens. Mermaids and sirens. Sirens, what we use for, emergency vehicles, police, and so prepare for havoc and go to safety. Try to avoid traveling by water. That's where when they've left their current locations, right? Their predetermined roles in the heaven. If you want to see who rules, the ones who rule the world, you just look up. But again, it's not going to be revealed. The pathways are hidden. The workings are hidden right now. But at least you see them. What do we have here? 24. Yeah. 24. That's it. That's your call to go. Fisherman, fisher of man. Fisherman. Something to do with blood sacrifice and protecting yourself through your blood. You need to gather more information. On your origins. This may actually be a return to homeland, origins, place of birth. Going to seek relatives in place of birth. The red blood, red versus blue, red pill, blue pill. The red is sacred, but red is also associated with Venus, with the scarlet, the harlot. You've seen it in Matrix and Lilith energy, close association with Aphrodite, of course, and so on. But ultimately, okay, I see it. Pardon. Ophiuchus, the snake god. So the connection in between air and waters again comes back. Mermaids, scales, fish, birds and fish, right? What? Snakes. snakes. Snakes in the grass. Snakes in the grass. Then, as you move, make sure you do not use the beaten path. You need to find alternative ways to move. Even if it will take more time, they may actually be a lot more cost effective. Move in silence, move quietly and carefully. Stay ever present. Don't be too comfortable on your journeys, no matter what travelings you're going to do. The snakes in the grass if you travel on land. And there's enchantment on the waters. By the time you set foot down, you're going to be changed. Enchanted. In a trance. Don't be distracted. Stay focused. Avoid devices, external influence of any sort. If you need be, read. You can take books to read. But avoid technology and these black mirrors and all of this nonsense. Especially if you travel on sea. If you travel on land, careful where you place your feet. Avoid places that are too desolated and avoid crowded places. But still, make sure you know your traveling companions and receive good advice as you depart. Gather as much information as you can. You will know when you need to go because of a masculine's words. Oh, it fell. And it fell reversed, sorry. It fell reversed, yeah. Either way, we're gonna put it back, right? The finger, the direction. The direction is telling you, avoid water, go on land. For some, there's a perception as rather than being sent away, there's someone here specifically that's being called back. Get back here. Get back here from overseas. Initially, we didn't have as much water. So I know we say it was all water, and then land appeared, and then water again, and then there wasn't as much water. We didn't need as much. The ecosystem was different. We lived on manna, literally. And in so-called fall, we just fell from one spiritual degree to another. But the perception of Eden or Gan Eden sometimes is misconstrued with the actual heaven, or, place of origin and residence, Father's abode, which is not, which would be the third heaven above. Gan Eden was a place on earth. We didn't actually really fall anywhere per se, just spiritually. So then we started eating fruits. Until we got to do what? Sacrifice. Consume blood. Oh, and it leads me back. Brothers, be very careful what you drink and consume. One of the most used in whether the goddess worshipper, never mind how it called it, it may even have worshipped the moon or etc., was menstrual blood, which is considered to be one of the most powerful, alongside that of innocence, suffering. So, but in offering or to achieve union with the goddess, they would consume menstrual blood. But blood is everywhere right now. Innocent blood, not theirs. You're being called back from something that you departed so far from. That can also be mentality, not just in necessarily a physical place, because here we have the waters, the subconscious. You're being called back on land. So I do see grounding, back to origins, back to basics, right? And you may not come alone. You may actually bring others. Hey, let's go do this. So this may lead to actually you being proactive in being self-sustainable. finding kindred spirits. You're being guided. Now, Venus is also associated, well, the goddess in general, with the Holy Spirit per se. That's the counterfeit version of the Shekinah, in the sense of, again, everything as it comes down has its two versions. There's the snake or the dragon, if you want to, spitting fire and so on. Then there's the mermaids, the fisherman, fish. As we come on land, then we have the snake. What was I saying? Oh, the sacrifice. Back to the sacrifice. This will have to avoid any spillage of blood. Whatever it is that you're going to do next. That's what they do. So when they would say, simply put, he gave his life, he sacrificed himself, the lamb, it was about the blood, the purest. It's what they wanted. He bought us more time to make different choices. We chose to worship them in one form or another. If not them directly, the stars, right? We even attempted to become like them. We can't. We're different entities. We have dominion in the sense we have our own given spirit, a spark of one collective spirit. Whereas they have already been given predetermined roles, and they've been created separately with roles that they refused to do. They rebelled. They are not Adam, our race. They're the corrupt ones. Right now it seems as if they're winning. But this is not about that. Who gets power, who gets to control, who gets to survive here. This is about who is ready to be free. Who is ready for the truth. Whom do we serve? Who is our maker? What are we? And what is this reality all about? Anyway, wow, that was random. Oh, of course. Then we had the cult of the sun cult, and now we have the more loving king, Aquarius, which we know as an air sign, right? Is it? I guess that's why he also holds a sword, right? But he holds a cup. Aqua, water. What's hidden must be brought to the surface, no matter how ugly. And guess what? What happens if we go in the subconscious? We risk dying, right? Death, Scorpio energy. But what happens if you bring them out on land without a boat, without support, God-given right and so on, degree? They die. They die on land. Even if they reach land, they die on land. So hence they need us for sustenance. They live through us because in one way or another they still have to serve us. That's what they've been created for. Except they were trying to become like unto the Most High, challenged us, become jealous of us, corrupted us, and we still have dominion. Blood, the purity of blood, spillage of blood. It's all about innocent, as more innocent as possible. So they tricked us into doing what they're doing and spill more blood. And from that energy they can survive through that. So don't expect mercy or compassion from them. or humanity, well, they're not the same creature. Again, if you want to know who's behind them, you just look up. They're supposed to just stick there and do their part. The world, the ultimate truth. The goddess, the world. Matter. Matter literally means mother, therefore associated with the feminine. And a 5 of Cups in reverse. Whatever is being taken now, it is done so either because it's not its purpose to be here at this point, it has fulfilled its task, and that's for the innocent, or they choose to sacrifice, so that's what was the whole point for them being incarnated at this time, sacrificially. So Christ consciousness, right? Or again, the 2 path, right? 5 or they're merely taken because they're too corrupt. Either way, don't fight. Okay, don't fight it. Stick with your own. Find genuine ways. You see the 5 of Cups turns into a 6. You see what's in these cups now? Earth, flowers, purity, spiritual love. There's no water. Mana. Red Riding Hood energy right here with the capes. Old Tartaria buildings right here. We're gonna rebuild again. Children, innocence. The pure bloodline. Masculine and feminine. Okay. This is not for the many. You gotta be brave. And listen to the children. They have wise advice to impart. The younger ones. Can you read something? Now this is another version. It's the one with the Psalms. But you can read... No. Paul, but it's an epistle, so we're gonna go to John chapter 20. Here, it's Romanian. I'm not gonna translate it for you. The resurrection of the Lord. He shows himself, or he appears to Mary Magdalene, and then to his 12, right? 10 to 12 apostles, 12 months, 12 apostles, so on. Then to his apostles, and 8 days after that to Thomas. So hence why I see this 9-month cycle for you. 2, 20, the gateway, that's partnership, choices, union, doorways, portals, gateways, the feminine, right? If she's willing, she opens up. If not, the womb, if you want to, right? Mother is fertile, curiously enough. And the other feminine is also very, very hungry right now. Very angry and hungry. So she will require sacrifice, martyrdom, blood. May all be inscribed in the book of life for good. Shalom.